Good morning. Welcome to Newsmakers 1490 WDAN. Linda Bolton in the studio this morning, and joining me today is Peter Blackman and Jordan Cundiff, who are here from the arena. Obviously, Peter's the director, and Jordan is the self-proclaimed marketing guru of the arena. I was thrilled to start off my morning finding that out. No, I'm just giving him a hard time. But anyway, they are here, and good morning to both of you, and
good morning.
And
good
to Caroline.
Say good morning, Caroline.
Never mind. Okay. Whenever Peter comes, we get to see Caroline, and it's always a pleasure to see her. So what we're talking about today is something really, really, really cool. Another brilliant idea that we hope is going to be very successful. Tell us what it is, Peter. It was your brainchild.
Well, there's actually two events that coincide. The first is First Gig Rock and Roll Camp for Kids, and this is a partnership with Danville Area Community College. This is something that we started working on literally a year ago. Last May, and the idea is to bring kids into the Danville area, or kids in the Danville area, and give them an opportunity to perform on stage like a rock star, and interact with a number of musicians from the area, and get involved and kind of see what it's like to form a band and work with a band director in that regard. Somebody to kind of teach them the songs and what have you. They'll have individual lessons, and it all kind of culminates with a big concert at the end of the camp. So we're really, really excited about it. And there's a lot that goes with it, and I'll answer a lot of questions, but that's sort of the fundamental.
Well, it's really kind of an interesting concept. I don't know that there's been anything. I mean, there's been music camps.
Sure.
There's all kinds of camps, but this concept of a rock and roll camp is relatively new and unique, and I would think something that might be very popular, Jordan. We have a lot of talent in this community. We got a lot of kids with a lot of talent, a lot of adults too, for that matter, but particularly we're talking about kids. And so this is like a whole new venue. You go to school and you learn how to march in the band and play in the high school music groups and things like that. But this is completely different.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. I mean, I know a lot of parents have been emailing me even in the last week. My kid plays in marching band, and he really loves to get on a drum set, but he could really use some assistance in getting to the next level, and so they're really excited about getting their different kids involved in the different areas of the camp. And so we've been putting it out there that the kids can come out and learn all these different instruments from all these incredible instructors from all around the area, and a lot of Danville musicians or former Danville natives that are coming back to town to actually teach the camp. And so a lot of the parents are getting really excited, and so it's making us excited to start seeing a little bit of buzz out there with the attendance and stuff too.
And it is kind of a different approach. Again, we've got a lot of talented kids all across Vermilion County that are good musicians, but it's one thing to play in a high school band, and it's another to play rock and roll.
Band.
Play in a rock band, and so some kids, take it upon themselves to form their own bands. Some kids don't even know, for sure how to go about that, and that's what this is about—a chance to express themselves, right?
Yeah, you never know where it's even going to go after the camp. These kids might go and meet some great friends, and we might see 4 or 5 new local bands form just from a junior high school camp that happens every year. And so we'll see the kids get excited to go back the next year and see where it goes from there, and from there the talent grow. I'm excited about it.
Absolutely. So, Peter, where did this idea come from? What what inspired this?
I get that a lot. I was actually in promoting a show last year at the arena. I went to a sort of a promotional night that we were working on, and there was a band playing that night, and they're friends of mine. And the idea it was really based on sort of living out my own kind of fantasy of hanging out with these guys for a week, and the idea of I bet this would just be a lot of fun for me to just, take a week off, hang out, and, hang around with these guys as they practice and be kind of part of a band. And so it was sort of it ended up evolving into sort of a vicarious, little concept. Well, I can't do it, but we can.
Oh, yeah.
We can create this, and it really was just something that I thought would be cool for me to do. So it would have to be something, cool for kids, I guess. And so that was the fundamental of it. We through the generosity of some sponsors, and we've created a number of ways. One of the things about this camp is we don't want to do a 1-year camp. We want to do a camp that lasts, the next, 20 years. But, in trying to build for the future of this camp, we created a number of funding avenues. Alongside that, through the generosity of sponsorships, we were also able to bring the price down. So it's a 6-day camp. 5 days are out at Danville Area Community College. The 6th day is the concert at the arena. And we dropped the price to $150 for the 6-day camp, which is like daycare. It's
daycare with some learning curve.
Yeah, it's pretty inexpensive, and there's some additional options. There is a 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Songwriters workshop, which you can either take as an add-on to the camp or you can take individually. There's also a 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. production camp where you can learn the boards, running sound for shows, which again you can take as an add-on course or you can take individually. So there may be kids that have no interest in, they're not musicians, they don't want to be musicians, but they love the technical side. There's a great opportunity for that, and that costs like $100 or $50 if it's an add-on course. That was the first thing that we did with the sponsorship, and then at that point, any revenues we generate now will kind of stay in an account for the camp, to build its future next year.
Are you still taking registration?
Oh yeah, sure.
When's it going to start?
It starts June 25th and goes through the 30th, and we're just kind of, unfortunately, as much as we've been promoting it since, I think, like February or March, we are still just kind of hitting the ground. People are just now getting out of school, starting to think about what they're going to do, and so we are still taking registrations. It's limited to 50 kids, and what's more is it's limited to 10 in any track. So we will only take up to 10 guitar players. We will only take up to 10 bass players, etc. And we offer vocals, keyboard, drums as well.
And we're going to talk. I was going to say that way. Let's go ahead, Eric. Let's go ahead and go to break. And when we come back, we'll talk more about the camp and some of the really cool things that are going to happen at the Rock and Roll Camp this summer at Danville Area Community College. In just a moment on Newsmakers 1490 WDAN.